uplifting topic, right? Uplifting for if you are in the military. So
Thanks.
I
Probably
also
should
have a
did that one
personal
first, man.
yeah, I know. Really started out strong there. Have a personal connection to this. He's a master guns in this video, but he was a master art when I knew him. But he gives a super motivating speech right here. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Everybody in the service of this country that's in the Department of Defense, in every service branch, are out there doing their job. So 2 of us have the best advantage on the battlefield. The 0311 Marine Corps Infantrymen and the 11 Bravo U.S. Army Infantrymen. Guys like you, or guys that you might become, are out there doing hard things. So those guys have the best advantage on the battlefield that they can have. And if you have the mindset like you're doing this because you're the most badass guy out there, you're doing it for yourself, we don't need you. You do this, you do hard things, so those 2 guys can crush it on the battlefield. And if you can't do that, you might as well walk out the door right now. If you think you can do that, stay here, keep on training hard. As long as you keep a positive mental mindset, you will go farther than you can think. And if you keep that positive mental mindset, you may pass the course that you sign up for. You may pass. Nobody can guarantee that you're going to pass.
All right. So the reason I wanted to play that after the, amazing motivational dude who lit himself on fire is because it comes down to this. When you join the military, let's just be real here.
There's more breaking news from overseas.
Thank you very much. There is one role that service members have, and that's to win war, right? Not to have an opinion on Palestine or Israel, not to have an opinion on what the president does or does not do. You can have your personal beliefs. That's fine. But once you are a DoD service member, what we do is win wars. And that person, I won't say his name because it had it blurred in the video. I don't know if he doesn't want his name blasted on social media, but I served with him when he was a master sergeant, and I also try not to cuss that much. But I'm telling you right now, that dude is the definition of what badass means. He was a modern day war hero, so to speak. So, but I want to get your thoughts on how does that make you feel? Because I almost want to go to the prior service recruiter right now, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it almost made me want to shave. It's nostalgic for me, for sure. I was in the Marine Corps in the early 90s. I think that although at the time when you're in and you're hearing those motivational kind of things, sometimes you're like, oh, here we go. And now we got to go suck it up for however long. It's usually right before something really sucky. And, but the looking back piece is, it's absolutely necessary. And I think that sadly, it might not be happening as much as we would like for it to happen anymore. I knew, he was in the Navy. He was a captain. So, full bird colonel, in the Navy. Right. Yeah. And, he was going through some, serious problems because he was being too hard on everybody. And the things he said to me, I was like, that doesn't really seem like too harsh or insensitive. Right. So, I love it. I think it's great. I think that that's part of the military. I think it's part of the military culture. And I think that's the type of stuff that needs to get blown out there, because people who either enjoy that type of atmosphere or can thrive in that atmosphere will be the ones who gravitate to it, instead of the other way of, hey, and we have silent time, and we have, the stress button or stress card that we can pull out. No, we don't need that in the military. But I'll tell you, Clay, my worry now that I've shifted is with the recruiting woes out there. Yeah. And it seems like all they're doing is just trying to throw money at it, increase bonuses for certain things, whatever. Right. So then you're just getting people that are, looking for a paycheck, and that's just all they want. And then they're going to half-ass through the process, or lowering the standard a little bit. And maybe that's physical fitness standard. Maybe that's brain power standard, right? So ASVAB scores, whatever. And so that's concerning. I would rather have high quality. And I think that there's a real discussion on how do we attract the right people. And I think that it's those types of videos to let people know that the military is still the military. Now, granted, there probably is some righting of the ship, so to say, that needs to happen with the military. But I think that it's kind of turned the wrong way, and it's refreshing and nostalgic to see that, because I'm fairly certain that was fairly recent. Yes,
that was definitely 2023 recent.
Yeah.
And I do want to say something, because I'm a millennial, right? In case you don't know, I'm a millennial. Everyone was ragging on my generation when like the surge of Afghan happened in like 2009 to 2012, and the whole point I want to make is we do the same thing to Gen Xers right now. I do the same thing to Gen Xers. I feel like a boomer when I talk about Gen Xers, okay? But what I really want to drive is there are always, I would challenge anyone here to go down to Lejeune, go down to Camp Pendleton, and I'm using Marine Corps bases because that's what I know. But just go look at what Marine Corps infantry has to offer. There are, in every generation, there are going to be those dudes that are down for it, that are just down where the rubber meets the road. Those type of, I don't want to say alpha, because that wouldn't be the right description, but that type of mindset, those dudes are not on social media lighting themselves on fire. They're not on social media talking about stupid stuff, because they are, homegrown, so to speak. And that population exists in every generation. So,
and every branch, every branch
for sure. The Marine Corps is the best though, but for sure, every branch, right? And it's just social media makes it. I know social media may make it seem like America sucks, but I promise you, I don't think we do at all. Not at all, right? And it's dudes like this Master Guns here, pushing that motivation to that was a recon course that was going through their recon cycle to become reconnaissance Marines. And it's very uplifting to see, that versus some dude lighting himself on fire saying pro-Palestinian, which is like, it's just
absolutely. No, I get it, man. So,
I don't know
how I got a question for you. How much did you like swim qual?
So I did the advanced swim qual for whatever reason. So there's basic, intermediate, advanced, and there's a McQuest. The basic I think was stupid. The intermediate sucked, but the advanced really sucked. Like,
right.
It was
so it's a sliding scale. Yeah.
Embrace the suck would be how I would do it. But if you can drown well, that's the thing about the advanced and McQuest, is if you can drown well, and I mean that, you'll be all right. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I never had to do any of the super sucky ones, so that's good. Yeah, but I didn't like it nonetheless. It's, well, and the Marine Corps had a funny way of making things that suck a little more too. So it's like we would be like on the way out to do some sort of an exercise or something, and we're going to be gone for whatever, 2 weeks doing whatever, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, like hard left. And it's like, oh yeah, we got to get swim qual taken care of before we head out. Oh, okay, because that really sucks, because I'm like ready to go there, but now we're going there, and now we're going to leave there soaked and go there. Wonderful. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. We're going to go do a field op in like a buddy rush range, and you're on Lejeune. Well, before you do that, you got to hump, 3-4 miles to the gas chamber.
Yeah.
Then you do the gas chamber. Well, the grenade range is right next to the gas chamber on Lejeune. So now you got to do that.
I mean, you might as well.
Got to hump. Then you got to hump to the range.
Right.
Hey, we're going to be in the field for a week.
That's right.
And then why would you take trucks back when you can just walk back? Right.
I mean, look at all the, hey, it's good for the environment, Clay. It's good for the environment. Okay. Look at you. You were green and you didn't even know it. Yeah. And oh, look at this. They have, a big surplus of ammo. So let's shoot that because we want to pick up the brass when it's dark. That's
nice.
Fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.